Hi, today we are going to start a new topic, that is air cargo handling. The previous session we discussed about air cargo fundamentals, right? Now we can see what is air cargo handling. Air cargo handling. For the smooth functioning of the air cargo operation, IATA, it's implemented a set of manual, that is a complete set of information in a single manual, that is ICHM, that is IATA Cargo Handling Manual, which includes the entire information for the smooth and safe operation of the air cargo. So it is really useful for the entire airlines as well as the cargo forwarders. And we can see what all information which is included in this manual. Okay, the IATA Cargo Handling Manual, that is ICHM, is complete set of standards for everyone involved in cargo operations. It helps airlines and cargo handlers to operate more effectively together to improve efficiency and safety in air cargo operations. ICHM collects in one place 90% of the information which is common to individual carrier cargo handling manuals, completing it and bringing it up to a current IATA standards. The content and preferred distribution methods for the ICHM have been tailored specifically for the cargo industry based on an industry-wide survey. So after a detailed survey of this air cargo industry, they come up with this a complete set of information, that is IATA Cargo Handling Manual. Okay, next we can see what all services are available in this industry from a point A to point B. So how efficiently and how with a small short time span this cargo is moving from one place to another. These services, it's included in different with the help of the different air cargo carrier. So first one is Air Express. We can see what is Air Express. Air Express refers to courier companies shipping your item from door to door from a pickup point to a designated address. Air freights, or sometimes referred as the air cargo, are normally larger shipments via air from port to port. So normally we can see some companies are there, like some courier companies, which is helping the movement of the goods from one door to the other door within a short time span. For that we are coming with this Air Express, that is we are calling Air Express. Next is Overnight Express. Express service with UPS. UPS is one of the biggest, huge company which is providing the service like overnight as express services in the worldwide. Okay, so the UPS offers a full range of express shipping services including same day, overnight and the next day shipping. Operating one of the world's largest fleet of aircraft, UPS makes more overnight on-time guaranteed deliveries in the US than any other company. So any other companies, they are providing the best service which is making available this cargo from one place to another within 24 hours or the 48 hours time span. It is reaching the cargo from one place to another. That's what the best service that they are providing. Next one is air freight. Air cargo is any property carried or to be carried in an aircraft. Air cargo comprises air freight, air express and air mail. So we all are giving details about this air cargo and air freight. So normally what is air cargo or the air freight is includes. That's what it is representing. This air cargo comprises air freight, air express and air mail. All together we are calling that is air freight or air cargo. Next coming the different, as I told you, like different services. First services, that is cargo services at export shed. We know that there are two main sheds are there. One is export shed and another one is import shed. And for this we can see what is cargo service at export shed. There are two main classes of export. That is, first one is physical export and other one is deemed export. The physical export, if the goods are physically go out of the country or services are rendered outside the country, then it is called a physical export. So if the goods are physically, it's a complete product is moving from one place to another, from one country to another, and this entire service is moving from one place to another, then we can say that is a physical export. Next one is deemed export, that is where the goods do not go out of the country physically, then can be termed as deemed export. Under deemed export, the goods may be supplied to the manufacturer exporter who ultimately export a finished product of which this supply forms a part of ultimately go out of the country. So deemed export, which means like if a manufacturers are there, and if we can take an example of the tire, this tire company is manufacturing this tire and it is moving from one place to another and inside the country itself. Okay, inside the country itself, then we can say there is a deemed export, and this product is moving outside the country only after it's getting into a finished product. That's what we are calling deemed export. Okay, so when the goods do not go out of the country physically, then can be termed as deemed export. So that's it's a small parts which is moving from one place to another, then it comes under deemed export. Under deemed export, the goods may be supplied to the manufacturer exporter who ultimately export a finished product. So it is moving to the manufacturer which is making it a complete product. Then we can say there is a deemed export. Okay. So next is export procedure. So we know that there are certain steps are there under this export procedure, and first one is registration. Of course, the exporters have to obtain PAN-based business identification number. For every export services, we want to obtain a PAN-based business identification number from the Directorate General of Foreign Trade prior to filling of shipping bill for clearance of export goods. So whatever goods moving from one country to another, definitely we want to get a PAN-based identification number for the filling of shipping bills for the clearance of the export good. So whenever a new airline, a shipping line, streamer agent, port of airport comes into operation, they are required to register into this custom system. So who all are coming under this procedures, they definitely have to register under this custom system. Next is second step is processing of shipping bills. So what is processing of shipping bills? Under manual system. So now it is changed to electronic system, but in earlier time there was a complete manual system was there. So in that under manual system, shipping bill as the case may be, bills of exports are required to be billed in format as prescribed in the shipping bill and the bill of export form regulation in 1991. So as in the form of regulation of 1991, it should be filled like a form that is calling that bill of export form is there, and we have to fill the entire details in that for the processing of shipping bill. So that's what the process and the steps of export services, cargo service at export shed. Next we can move to the cargo service at import shed. So as we all know, the entire goods, if it is import and export or whatever things that we are importing or exporting, or what all the international practices that we are comes under this air cargo session, must follow the customs rules and regulation, which is comes under the Act of 1962. So we all know, so all the things, whatever goods are transporting from one place to another or from one country to another, the all must follow this customs rules and regulations. Okay, so in accordance with international practices, all goods imported into the country or exported out of the country by air or other routes are governed by the provision of Customs Act 1962 and other laws related to entry or exit from the country. Customs administration ensure that the importer and the exporter of the goods are in compliance with the Customs Act and other laws in force. So what all procedures are there, what all things are there, what all goods that we are transporting from one place to another, definitely we must follow the rules and regulations of Customs Act according to the Act of 1962. Next we can see the flow of cargo for import. So before I am explaining all these things, it is very helpful to see one video which is help you to understand how the flow of the goods is happening in this flow of the import procedure. according to the video, we can see the flow of cargo for import. First one is arrival, second unloading from the aircraft, next is carrying in, sorting and check, warehousing and storage, customs clearance, taking out loading and delivery. So these are the flow chart of the cargo import. Okay, so once the cargo is reaching to the ramp area or the bay side, once its arrival, first is unloading from the aircraft. It's definitely unloading to the ULDs or the containers, and it is moving from the aircraft. It's unloading from the aircraft to this ULDs, and then it's carrying in and into the warehouses and sorting and check. It is sorted and checked according to the different category of cargo as we discussed earlier. And after that, warehousing and storage. Definitely some cargoes should be storage inside the warehouse itself. So the warehousing and storage is happening at that time. Next, the customs and clearance. The customs people will come and check the entire goods and sampling procedures. Everything is happened there. And next is taking out of loading. Finally, these goods taking from the warehouse to the loading, and later it's moved to delivery part. That is to the single customers. It is moves to the delivery. So that's what is happening in the import procedure, the import flow of air cargo. Now you can see cargo services at transit shed. Now we come to know about cargo services at export shed and cargo services at import shed. Next we can move to cargo services at transit shed. So what is a transit shed? The term itself, we can come to know that the movement of cargo from the ramp to ramp or the aircraft to aircraft. That's what happening in the movement of air cargo in the transit shed. So the cargo airlines often have their own site and the adjacent infrastructure. Definitely each and every airline have their own infrastructure and the facilities for the movement of cargo from ramp area to another aircraft, from other aircraft to another aircraft. Okay, once the cargo is arriving from, for example, we can say that Cochin, Hyderabad and Bombay. So the Cochin based cargo is coming to Hyderabad and it's moving from one aircraft to another. The ramp facilities and the infrastructures will be available at that time, and the movement of cargo will also be easy by providing this infrastructure facilities, and it's moving from the ramp itself. From the ground movement is happening like from aircraft A to aircraft B with the help of this infrastructure. And first we use these facilities in 1911. That's what they are telling. Between the adjacent infrastructure to rapidly transfer parcel between ground and air mode of transportation. Aircraft were first used for carrying mail as cargo in 1911. Next we can see there are many commercial aircraft suitable for carrying cargo such as Boeing 747 and the bigger and that we can say Antonov 124, which have purposely built for easy conversion into a cargo aircraft. So when we hear this term Antonov 124, we can see a video which will help you to make a more easily understand what is Antonov and how this flight is changed to an entire cargo flight. So this is the image of the cargo aircraft. So we can see the top portion is moving upside and the entire cargo is loading inside of the aircraft. Okay, this is how we are loading in a complete air cargo aircraft. In this we are not taking any passengers in this flight. It's only cargo is moving through this aircraft. And this is cargo-lex aircraft. You can see the video how the aircraft is loading with the cargoes and all. Okay.
Let's go upper deck to take a look at the cockpit. Quite a challenge to come up with a set of stairs.
I've never seen a huge cockpit like this. Unbelievable.
Volga 2612 from East Midlands to Toulouse.
It's like a passenger cabin inside a cargo plane Antonov 124. Who use earplugs if you're asking on the Antonov?
Volga 2612, runway 27, clear for takeoff. One entry 27 up slot.
Рубеж. Подъем.
I think my asking really came out today. Massive Antonov 124 Ruslan freighter just arrived, a 400-ton freighter behind me. And today, I'm very lucky to document the whole loading experience, and they're gonna fly on this Antonov 124. So we're gonna go inside the Antonov, follow me. It's actually empty. It looks like it's ready to take the cargo soon. Design of the plane is being self-sufficient. When the plane arrives at any destination, doesn't need additional infrastructure to support. They have all these plywood here, and you can see all these tools used for loading, offloading, and even I can see some tires. Check out how many spare tires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything is carried in the plane just in case they need additional support. Everything is here. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Vladimir here just joined me. He's the head of the load planning here. He's gonna explain to us what exactly is happening. How many crew here usually doing the loading and unloading?
We have 6 people flight crew, and we have 7 people technical crew. All these guys are licensed engineers. This crew is capable to repair aircraft, find problems and rectify them in any airport of the world.
And then you can load from the front, or you can also load from the back.
Yeah, from the back we load with crane system, and we can drive large vehicles from the rear.
Ah, you can drive
As well.
big cars, big vehicle inside.
Absolutely,
Right.
lorries.
Right.
Now we open front ramp, and aircraft will be installed in the 3 degrees to the tarmac.
So this whole thing can go flat.
It will be flat, yeah. And then in front of aircraft we will build extension ramp. And at the moment, our loadmaster, Konstantin, installing extension ramp, leveling it using laser. Because we have to install extension ramp and aircraft floor in absolutely one surface, without any bend. Normally, these feet of gray pieces of ramp should stay on the ground, on the tarmac. But for load special things, we install them on ramp supports. And then extension ramp will be built at front of aircraft with same angle.
So while they're setting up to load the cargo, let's go upper deck to take a look at the cockpits. I've never climbed to a cockpit like this. This is quite a challenge to come up with a set of stairs just to get up upper deck here. Oh. Whew. Unbelievable cockpits. 6 men operating this Antonov 124. It's a huge office. I've never seen a huge cockpit like this. Unbelievable.
This aircraft was designed in 1970s. This aircraft still modern aircraft. Or even that time, they designed control of aircraft fly-by-wire.
Wow, in the design 1970s, fly-by-wire.
Yeah, but it's absolutely reliable, very good aircraft control system. And of course, our airline working on modernized aircraft. And you see here new multifunctional display to help pilots to control aircraft, to see navigation. We install new radar. It's better quality and more suitable for international flights. And you see that sitting here, you are on the altitude of 10 meters.
Yeah, one of the highest cockpits in the plane, I guess.
navigator workstation. We have here navigation computer, navigation equipment, multifunctional display, long-range navigation system, another navigation computer using GPS, and it's used GPS and Russian navigation system as well. This is Chief Flight Engineer. His responsibilities: engine systems, hydraulic systems, air conditioning system, fire system, and he has his own computer allowing him to control almost everything on this aircraft. This position is flight engineer of electric system. His responsibilities: energy, electric, batteries, and this flight engineer actually normally change their positions. One flight advanced chief engineer and another flight another chief engineer. Actually, they are very good specialists. It's a workstation of radio operator. His responsibility is to communicate with the ground, with the air traffic controller, to keep frequencies required. He has all this radio equipment on his position.
Oh, behind the cockpit here, I can see these are the crew rest. I can see very cozy here. You can sit down, right? Yeah.
Yes, and yeah, we have cockpit, two crew compartment for the rest of the crew. It's sometimes we have on aircraft 1.5 crew to extend working hours, and people can really have good rest here.
Yeah.
And drink tea, coffee, prepare some food.
It's like a train seat, isn't it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
And you see it's seat number 3.
Uh-huh.
Oh, bench.
You have more seats up there.
Yeah.
Ah, so one person can sit here.
Yes, and
Wow.
you can sleep here.
Yes, you can have 6 beds, really. Wow, very cool, very cozy. I also like the colors. I like the flowers, actually, I have to say. My mother is a fan of these.
But actually now we enter into the forward technical compartment. And in this compartment located many systems. First of all, the electric system, inertial system, and as well we have here fire system, balance with fire gas for emergency. This equipment is actually a reducer that is retracting flaps when we fly to make aircraft in landing or takeoff configuration.
It's really eye-opening to see the crew rest right behind cockpit. Such a big crew rest. Avionics at the back, and just incredible build in the 70s like this. And one more interesting thing, look at the plane. You can see through from the front to the back. There's not many planes you can do that, and this is quite a unique feature. It's unbelievably complex operation. Now you see it behind me, the crane has arrived. The crane will be helping to bring the cargo to get loaded into the front door. So the crane now has started to load the cargo. Shortly it will load into the aircraft, but we're not allowed to see the cargo. We're not allowed actually to film the cargo. It's a very sensitive item. Typically on the N124, it carry oversized cargo such as generators, such as aircraft engine, satellites, mobile hospital for humanitarian purposes, also the oversized all cargo. So I just found out today the Antonov is taking 21 tons of fuel for the flight to Toulouse.
Just looking around the airplane and checking condition of engines, surface of landing gears, створки грузолюка, наличие всяких деформаций, огни аэродинагационные, огни целостность и исправность, огни грузового люка. Опять-таки перед вылетом нужно смотреть, закрыты ли капоты, замки капотов, лопатки, чисто визуально. Все в порядке, да, все в порядке.
Today we are preparing for flight Volga 2612 from East Midlands to Toulouse. Cruising level, it will be 290 and speed approximately 700 kilometers per hour. Today we expect full power for takeoff.
Is this an easy airplane to fly, or is it very difficult to fly Antonov 124?
As for me, it's easier type of aircraft.
Compare with Boeing.
Compare with Boeing.
Compared with Boeing. Yeah.
Все, счастливого полета.
Спасибо.
Very hard to get back.
When the stand-up procedure is completed, the sign will be in green.
Green.
Nose gear is on the locked in the ground up position.
Green light.
Green light will be.
This is a tow bar for the Antonov 124, and later we'll be using this to push back the aircraft.
Oh, look, I've been told this equipment here, this is the world's biggest tow bar for any aircraft. We're going to take off soon, but however the back door remains open because they're going to put a tow bar. Once the plane is towed and pushed back, they're going to put a tow bar back in. And now I'm actually going to sit in a hidden place, which is the cabin crew rest, which is actually here, right above me there. So it's a 10-meter high, where it's a complete separate compartment to the cockpit.
This is the aft cabin crew rest. Wow, this is hidden. Look at this. God. It's like a passenger cabin inside a cargo plane Antonov 124. This is quite cozy here. And then this is actually a low master station. You can actually listen to, like, if you only understand Russian, you can listen to the communications in between. But actually I found many interesting things. This one here is for shoe shine. So you can sit here and do your shoes. Get rid of all your dust on your shoes. Very cool. And this is for your jacket. Get rid of all your stuff on the jacket. So while you're sitting down, this is the entertainment. Shoe shine or jacket shine? Which one you like?
421-612, stand 107, push approved to face east.
Push back approved, facing east, Volga 2612. Volga 2612, request to start up.
Volga 2612, start approved, and I have your clearance when you're ready to copy.
Start up approved, and we are ready to copy clearance, Volga 2612.
Volga 2612, cleared to Toulouse, Daventry, 3 November departure, squawk 0577.
So Volga 2612, request taxi.
Volga 2612, minimum power, leave the apron via Foxtrot, taxi initially, holding point Alpha 7 for runway 27, QNH 994 hectopascals.
I was given these earplugs, but who use earplugs if you're an AF geek on the Antonov? The noisier the better. These guys were loading the plane. Now they've gone back changing the shorts. It's like coming back home. This is like their second home in the sky.
Volga 2612, behind the landing, Embraer 145 via Alpha 1, line up and wait runway 27 behind. Volga 2612, roger, report ready for departure.
Call you when ready for departure, Volga 2612.
Antonov move on the runway, start to rev up the engine, slowly accelerating. About 4 minutes, then we will go. And it's raining as hell outside right now. You can't see anything here. You can only hear the engine and the vibration and the noise.
Volga 2612, runway 27, clear for takeoff, wind 180 degrees, 4 knots.
There we go.
One entry 27 knots, 1.
230. Рубеж. Подъем. Адрес.
Very tired because they've been working since 7 a.m. like 8 hours of work. Now, you know, it's very warm in the cabin and it's better to take a nap. So it's really a weird experience. You're in the tube here that there's no window, you can't see, but you felt the movement. Sometimes there's a bit of shaking, turbulence, up and down, a little bit vibration. You can think about it as a jumbo upper deck, 747, pretty similar. This is quite cozy. Or you can think about even you're in a spaceship, something, a military airplane. I think my ab geek really came out today. You can see I'm so much more excited when I'm seeing the plane and flying the plane. I've been up since 5 a.m. this morning, but now it's about 5 p.m., 12 hours later. Mac and cheese, sausage casserole, Cajun beef. This is the main course heat up in the oven. The meal tastes pretty good on Volga and the Dnieper airline.
Volga 2612 Heavy, bonsoir. Continue descent, flight level 140, proceeding to Narak, then Netro. Expect radar vectoring ILS 14 right.
Expecting ILS approach 14 right. Descent flight level 140, Volga 2612.
It's coming down. Just landed. That landing was so smooth. Although we're in a tube, we can't see it, but I love it. It was feeling like a raw aviation. This plane, designed in the 1970s, when pollution was not a problem, fuel burn is not a problem, noise is not a problem. It's just raw aviation. Incredible experience. I certainly just really enjoyed. This made my day, or this made my year. Thumbs up. Vladimir, thank you for giving me the Antonov 124 experience. I hope you guys keep transporting heavy lift cargo and keep flying the Antonov Ruslan in the sky.
Yeah, thank you very much for your best wishes. It's our target.
We just arrived at Toulouse, but the crew have to stay behind because they're gonna spend hours offloading again. So my hats off to the crew for their dedication and hard work. If you ask me what's flying on Antonov 124 like, I'm gonna tell you, there's nothing quite like it. It's incredible. It reminds me why I love about aviation so much. It's a great experience.